G'day, legends. James Granger from Emergent Leaders Foundation. Do we allow our friends, our children, people around us to forge their own values in the fiery furnace of life? Or do we project our own onto them so that we're comfortable, so we feel safe? It's a big question. Most parenting I witnessed in all my 10 years of running rites of passage programs and youth leadership programs, helping parents and relationships and helping men get off their ass and around the campfire, most parenting I see is projection, not parenting in itself. So much is done by a wound, which the parent isn't actually able to own. And a lot of the time because they don't even know what's going on. And that's completely cool. That's their journey in life. But the thing is, my journey in life is not a higher priority than anyone else around me. It's my highest priority because I'm the center of my universe. I'm not the center of the universe. If I'm the center of the universe and I'm a narcissistic, arrogant individual, correction, I'm a person that is displaying narcissistic and arrogant tendencies within my behavioral pattern because of my cognitive and emotional sense or non-sense of self, because I haven't figured myself out. And so I have to do, in the process of figuring myself out, demean and contradict myself, but put everyone else down so that I'm okay. And that's what that type of behavior is. So in other words, it's wounded behavior. If I'm the center of my universe, I become my creator with my reality. I become the master of my fate, the captain of my soul, as William Henley said in Invictus. And through whatever cards are laid in my way, I can fashion my reality so that I live a magnificent life. And that is my sole responsibility. That is no one else's responsibility, no matter what you're told by anyone. I can't give that to government to actually figure out for me. I can't give that to someone else, a teacher, to figure out for me. No one else can figure out my lot in life bar me. Which also therefore comes to, I'm a dad of a 17-year-old amazing young woman and a 15-year-old incredible young woman. So right now in their time of life, they're experiencing the world. They're experiencing the highs and lows of the world. They're experiencing pain. Now, a lot of the choice is for that pain to be turned into suffering. But that's their suffering. I can stand here and I can teach them all I want to teach them, but I can't actually live it for them. That's called vicarious living. I witness that a lot of the time. You go to a sports game for kids, and matter of fact, when the Queensland Rugby League were having issues with parents on the sidelines, they came to us and said, can you run a leadership program which incorporates the issue we're having with parents on the sidelines? I said, please explain. He said, they're getting in brawls because of what's happening on the paddock. They're getting in brawls, standing and watching games, which says to me zero emotional literacy. But so the point is we then needed to do some intervention with the parents as well. Why? Go back to this point about vicarious living. What's the etymology or the genesis of the word vicarious? It comes from the word vicar, which means intermediary. So we're having to live our life through someone else. Live your life through a friend. Live your life through a team member. Live your life through a child, whoever it is, a parent. Doesn't matter. If you live your life through someone else, you are vicariously living your life. And there's a level of safety and comfort that comes with that, because I don't have to get off my ass and actually enact the real stuff that I'm talking about. I turned to my daughter this morning and I said, I don't mind if you judge me. I don't mind. For if I can be judged by those I love and still know that what I'm doing is true, then realistically I'm allowing myself to show up with who I truly am. And I don't mind if you judge who I truly am, because I don't. I've done enough work in shame and guilt to know how to harness those beasts and actually aid myself in my journey because of my harnessing of them. I've sat in my own suffering to know suffering. I've sat in my own dark emotions to know dark emotions. Not only that, my darkness is not evil. My darkness is incredible power, because I've cleansed it of its wounds and as much shadow as I've done to this point, knowing full well that I've got more wounds and shadow to go through, but it doesn't matter. I've got to a point where my darkness is very, very pure right now. And I'm really happy to sit in darkness. I'm really happy to sit in a liminal space in the void, in a place where I don't know what's going to go on and happen, because I know that I'm deeply supported and connected to something bigger in life. And if you have to judge me because of that, it simply means you're not in that place. And I honor the fact you haven't found that yet. But that doesn't mean to say that I judge myself because I have found it. That doesn't mean to say that I will move from this place, because it is a fucking incredibly powerful place. And if you choose, you can find your own place like this. You need to live your life. You need to find your values. I exhibit mine. I demonstrate mine. They are my values. You need to put them into the fire. You need to bring the water on, because that's how you forge metal. Forge something strong is both with fire and water. And you need to live life, because life is your forge. Where are we vicariously shutting down people from creating their own story? The only reason why I've got quite an elaborate story, and I chuckle to myself quite regularly reflecting on life, is because I've gone out and I've fucked life. And I will continue to do that. And I will enjoy it and experience it and allow it to teach me in the way she wants to teach me, and the way that helps me open to all ways of being taught. But the only way that you can do that is by forging your own story. And for me, I get the honor to be able to sit and witness the story being forged and love. Yep. There's that fine line between when do I give guidance and when do I simply give love. And if you ever find yourself on that precipice, I recommend, if you're in doubt, just give love. Don't worry about guidance, because they will sort their own shit out. How do we know that? Because how did you learn? You had to sort your own shit out. You might have got told many, many, many times before, and every time you did it differently. Why? Because you had to find out for yourself, and there is so much beauty and richness to that. So, do we let our children, our friends and everything learn their own stuff through the forge of life? Or do we try and protect them and therefore kill them? Because that's what you do. It's just like a butterfly has to crack out of its own cocoon. And in cracking out of the cocoon, it gets the strength to actually fly for life. Trust you got something out of it. Love you long time. Bye.